Ever felt like failure defines you or that success is always out of reach? It's frustrating when setbacks seem to hold you back, making you question your abilities. But what if the problem isn't you? It's the way you think. Psychology has uncovered powerful insights that can completely change how you approach challenges, relationships, and even your own potential. In this video, we're diving into 15 fascinating psychology theories that offer real, practical solutions to everyday struggles. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're tools you can use to reduce stress, boost motivation, and improve your life. And here's the kicker. One of these theories explains why failure isn't something to fear. It's actually the key to success. Stay with me because by the end you might see setbacks in a whole new way. Let's start with some powerful psychological theories that focus on how our thoughts and behaviors shape our daily lives. First, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, helps us challenge negative thoughts that create stress and anxiety. Imagine constantly thinking, "I'm not good enough." CBT teaches you to replace that thought with a more balanced one like, "I'm still learning and that's okay." This simple shift can lower stress and help you feel more in control. Next, we have operant conditioning, a concept by B.F. Skinner that explains how rewards and consequences shape behavior. Think about motivating a child to do chores. If they get praised or earn a small reward, they're more likely to repeat the behavior. On the other hand, if bad habits lead to negative consequences, they gradually fade away. Finally, mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT, combines mindfulness with CBT techniques to help manage overthinking. Instead of getting lost in negative thoughts, MBCT encourages staying present and observing your thoughts without judgment. This can reduce stress and improve focus. These three theories prove that by reshaping our thoughts and habits, we can gain better control over our emotions in daily lives. But what about the deeper emotional needs that drive our actions? That's where the next set of theories comes in. Now let's explore the deeper emotional and humanistic aspects of psychology, ideas that help us understand what truly drives us. Maslow's hierarchy of needs explains that before we can reach our full potential, we must first fulfill basic needs like food, safety, and belonging. Think about it. If you're constantly worried about paying bills or feeling disconnected from others, it's hard to focus on personal growth. But once these needs are met, motivation and well-being naturally improve. Then there's Gestalt Therapy, which emphasizes self-awareness and taking responsibility for your actions. Have you ever reacted impulsively in a relationship and regretted it later? Gestalt Therapy encourages you to stay present, recognize your feelings, and make conscious choices rather than reacting automatically. Lastly, emotion regulation. Theory teaches us how to manage intense emotions, especially during conflicts. Instead of letting anger take over, techniques like deep breathing, pausing before responding, or reframing the situation can help you stay in control. These theories show that understanding our emotions and needs can lead to better decisions, healthier relationships, and a more fulfilling life. But how do the people around us influence our behavior? That's what we'll uncover next. Now let's dive into how the people around us shape our choices, sometimes without us even realizing it. Social proof theory explains that we often look to others when making decisions. Ever noticed how you're more likely to try a restaurant with hundreds of positive reviews? That's social proof in action. When we see others doing something, we assume it's the right choice. Then there's the reciprocity principle, which shows how small acts of kindness can strengthen relationships. If someone does something nice for you, like offering help when you need it, you naturally feel inclined to return the favor. This simple give and take builds trust and deeper connections. Finally, attribution theory helps us understand why people act the way they do. Imagine a friend snaps at you. Do you assume they're just rude, or do you consider that they might be having a bad day? This theory teaches us to look beyond first impressions and consider external factors, reducing misunderstandings and improving communication. These insights prove that our social environment plays a huge role in our decisions and relationships. But what about the hidden psychological forces that influence us on a deeper level? That's what we'll explore next. Now let's uncover the hidden forces that shape our thoughts and motivations, often without us realizing it. Freud's ego defense mechanisms explain how our mind protects us from stress and uncomfortable emotions. Ever made a joke in a stressful situation? That's humor, one of the many defense mechanisms we use to cope. Another is sublimation, turning negative energy into something positive, like channeling anger into exercise or creativity. These mechanisms help us manage emotions, but relying on them too much can sometimes prevent real growth. Then we have self-determination theory, which reveals the three key ingredients for staying motivated: autonomy, having control over your actions; competence, feeling capable and skilled; and connection, feeling supported by others. When all three are present, we're more likely to stay driven and fulfilled. Think about a job. If you have freedom to make decisions, feel good at what you do, and have supportive coworkers, you'll be much more motivated than if you feel restricted, unskilled, or isolated. These theories show that both unconscious coping and conscious motivation shape how we navigate challenges. But how do we apply psychology to overcome specific struggles like fear of failure or lack of focus? That's what we'll explore next. Now let's talk about powerful psychology theories that offer practical solutions to everyday struggles like fear of failure, avoidance, and lack of focus. Carol Dweck's growth mindset theory reveals that the way we view our abilities shapes our success. A fixed mindset makes people believe their skills are set in stone. If they fail, they assume they're just not good enough. But a growth mindset sees failure as a learning opportunity. Instead of thinking, "I'm bad at this," a growth mindset says, "I can improve with practice." Embracing challenges, seeking feedback, and reframing setbacks as stepping stones can make you more resilient and motivated. Then there's acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, which teaches that instead of avoiding problems, we should accept them and move forward. Imagine fearing public speaking rather than avoiding it. ACT encourages acknowledging the fear, detaching from negative thoughts, and focusing on values like personal growth. Finally, flow theory, developed by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, explains the power of being in the zone. Have you ever been so deeply focused on a task that time seemed to disappear? That's flow, when challenge and skill are perfectly balanced, leading to peak productivity and happiness. These theories show that by changing our mindset, accepting challenges, and finding focus, we can unlock our full potential. But what truly keeps us curious and hungry for knowledge? The answer lies in our final theory. Now let's unlock the secret behind what keeps us engaged, learning, and striving for more. The information gap theory, developed by George Lowenstein, explains that curiosity is triggered when we realize there's a gap between what we know and what we want to know. Think about when a movie leaves you on a cliffhanger. You can't stop thinking about what happens next. That same curiosity drives personal growth. When we feel there's something valuable to learn, we're more likely to seek out answers, improve our skills, and push ourselves further. And remember the teaser from the beginning? The idea that failure might actually be your biggest strength? Now you know why, because once we recognize a missing piece in our knowledge, we feel an urge to fill it. That's why a growth mindset, accepting challenges, and staying open to learning are so powerful. The more we embrace curiosity, the more we expand our potential. But how do we take all these insights and apply them to real life? Let's wrap it all up with some key takeaways. Psychology gives us powerful tools to overcome stress, procrastination, and relationship struggles. From challenging negative thoughts with CBT to staying motivated with self-determination theory, each concept offers a way to improve daily life. But the biggest game changer? Carol Dweck's growth mindset, seeing failure as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. Remember, failure isn't the end, it's the start of growth. Try applying just one theory today, whether it's reframing failure, practicing mindfulness, or embracing curiosity. As Carol Dweck says, why waste time proving over and over how great you are when you could be getting better?